know when we grow up and we don't know who we are or what we want from life? Well, Cape Town to me was this glorious city that was going to reveal my future to me. I grew up between two villages, Luqolweni and Bethani in Mount Frere, the Eastern Cape. In 2000, my family moved to Cape Town. And as I was going through my high school career, I was excited by the possibility of working for a corporate, of having this fancy corporate job. And I thought, all that I needed is to have a nice fast car and a fancy corporate job to be happy. And then, in 2005, I got invited to study my bachelor in business administration at the tertiary school in business administration, TSiBA for short. It was as though a stairway opened right in front of me. And in our first year, we got an opportunity to go and spend 1 week in the Grootwenderoek Mountains, facilitated by a UCO. Reluctant at first because as someone who grew up in the most mountainous region of the Eastern Cape, it was hard for me to imagine that 1 week in the mountain could help me learn more about myself. And when we got there, the first week for me was just true natural. But I observed that some of the students were really, really struggling. And on the 6th day, we were challenged by choice to spend the solo night. This is the time when we had to spend away from the rest of the team to find a spot that spoke to you, that you were comfortable with, because you were going to spend the whole night there, a couple of hours. I remember as I stepped in the circle and I said my last few words to the team, and I stepped back and grabbed my bag and I walked to my spot. Thoughts, memories were flooding through my mind. I got to my spot, and for the first time, I heard this silent voice, the voice of my truth. It was appealing to me to be true to myself, to stay true to this voice within. And I could not stop the tears that were pouring in my face from my eyes until I fell asleep. 5 years later, I found myself again journeying to the same mountain, the Grootwenderoek Mountains. And this time, it was me and my fellow graduates. It was to mark a transition from the student career to a work career. This course was called the Rites of Passage Leadership Course, again facilitated by a UCO. This time we had to spend 9 days in the wilderness. 9 days. Out of the 9 days, 2 of those days were solo day and night. Again, I was challenged by choice to spend 2 days by myself without speaking to anyone and just be by myself and be comfortable being by myself. I felt challenged beyond imagination. And then again, I heard this silent voice, the voice of my truth. By the time I came back from the solo time, I knew that I had to be true to myself, to do what fed me, my soul. And the rest of the graduates, most of them in fact, upon our return, they joined the corporate world as graduate trainees. And I decided that I'm going to work for what feeds my soul. And I currently work at TSiBA as the marketing coordinator and tutor. I love my job. I go to work with all of myself, and I go home with all of myself. It only took a mountain to do this. The mountain awaits your visit.